Hello, my friends. It's Elizabeth, Finding Elizabeth, and today, now that my hair's long, I don't play with my bangs. I do this by video. Anyway, hi. It is Tuesday, November 14th, I think, 2017, and, November 14th. That means I'm 3 years, 7 months post-op vertical sleeve gastrectomy today. And what's going on, people? I am driving to LA. I am wearing, it's getting a little cool here. I'm wearing my boots for the first time this year. I need to go get some new ones. If you guys have any places, I still think I need white calf boots. I haven't tried on other ones, but if you know any places, I know some people last year posted some places they got a great discount on boots. Maybe it was you, Gretchen, or Amy. I don't remember. If you could post where it was, that would be awesome because I could use some new boots. Baby needs some new boots. Anyway, doing a car video on my way to LA to have lunch with my sister. And yeah. So my starting weight in January of 2014 was 402 pounds. My weight at surgery on April 14th, 2014 was 360.6 pounds. My weight last week was 209 pounds. My weight this week, I'm not exactly sure because I forgot to weigh yesterday and today. I haven't seen below 209 in the last week, and I saw above 209. I think I saw 211 or 212. So this weekend, a couple things I want to talk about this week. I want to talk about failure, compassion, and unflattering pictures. So, this weekend was the first weekend that I was by myself in a really long time, for an extended period of time. For me, a long time. I mean, probably since I went to New Hampshire in mid-August. It's the last time that was the last time I was by myself, was the weekend before I did that. And so I was going to have the weekend to myself, and I sort of, if you guys heard my talk at OH, I don't think I've shared this on YouTube, but one of the things that I talked about was my first sort of shameful experience around food, which was, I was probably like maybe 7, and my grandparents, I went to visit my grandparents in North Carolina for the summer, and they signed me up to go to a gymnastics camp at Western Carolina University. And as part of the camp, I don't remember how long it was. I'm sure it was just a couple of days because we were only 7 or 8, but you stayed in the college dorm. So it was my first taste of freedom ever in my life, probably. And so they left me some money, and I had seen when we were walking in that there was, a college store that had all kinds of goodies. So as soon as they had left, I made my way down to the store with the $10 they had given me and bought all the things. All the candies, all the cookies, all the chips. And I remember it was so much they didn't have a bag, but they gave me a box to hold it in. And as I was walking out of the store, I happened to look up to the room, to the windows of the dorm where I was going, and I saw my grandparents there waving. I guess they had forgotten something. I don't remember, but whatever. They came back, and I wasn't expecting them. And I hid the food under a bush. Yeah. And as soon as they left, I went upstairs and made up some story about what I was doing. As soon as they left, I went down and got the food, and yeah, that happened. Maybe I even told a story about getting it for everybody, even though it wasn't for everybody. It was just for me. Well, this weekend I joked, although I did not have a lot of shame around this, so it's different, but I joked with my friends that I did the adult version of that day by, as soon as I was alone, I went to the store and did it with brie and French bread and champagne. Because, hello. So I ate all the carbs this weekend, so I'm sure my weight is probably, I'm back on track. But what's interesting was I didn't even really, it wasn't even that, it was good, but I didn't want it that much. I ended up throwing champagne away. I ended up throwing cheese away. I had the bread, over 3 days I ate all the bread. But yeah, anyway, so, which brings me to failure. So last week I felt that I had been sort of dicking around with my workouts. I had missed a couple weeks with Brandon. My schedules weren't working out with when Brian was going for whatever reason, so I had not been to the gym in a while. And so I did a 30-day workout challenge. I have done that. I did that a couple times last year very successfully. It got me back on track. There was a lot of, there was a lot of it about the accountability of posting on social media that I was working out every day that made me do it even when I didn't want to. And it got me back to working out when I hadn't been at that point for maybe 6 months. The first time I did that, which was last September, I think. So I failed. I didn't work out Sunday or yesterday. I just felt this over the weekend. I just didn't want to go anywhere. I canceled my plans. I was supposed to see my mom. I canceled that. Sherry, the Real Share Bear, and Lisa were here. I canceled my plans to go out with them on Saturday, which I'm really sorry. I did see them for a little bit on Wednesday, but I canceled those plans because I just wanted some me alone time to do absolutely nothing, which is what I did, and I did not go and work out. So, of course, I felt like total crap about that, and didn't know. I'm seeing all these posts from other people who are doing it, which is awesome. And I was like, oh, I'm such a failure, blah, 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 blah. And this morning I knew, Tuesday mornings I have my workouts with Brandon, and I woke up at like 5 and I knew, okay, I got to get up in like half an hour. I was like, I really don't want to. I can get away with not going. I haven't worked out. I can get away with not doing this. But I woke up again at like 5:34 and I was like, no, go do it. You will feel so much better if you do it. So that's what I did, and I'm coming clean that I fucked up on the 30 workouts in 30 days. But I'm trying to practice what I preach a little bit and have some compassion with myself. My world is all upside down, people. Several people have commented on how happy I seem. I am very happy right now, but it's also complicated, and I'm used to having all this time to process things, which I don't have now because I would rather be talking and hanging out than finding alone time to go and do that, because I've lived alone for so long. But my head is all in a, it's all combobbled. So all I know is I have to keep coming back to center, which for me, center is prayer and meditation and exercise and taking care of my body and doing the things that I need to do for me. So, I can stray off that line and get away from center, but as long as I keep coming back, I feel confident that I'm going to be okay. I did go to therapy. I've initiated therapy. I went back to therapy. I went right after I got back from New Hampshire, and then I went last week, and I'll go again, I think the week of Thanksgiving, which is next week, which is good. I'm just trying to figure out all the things. So anyway, I'm trying to be compassionate with myself, realize that I fucked up, even though I told the whole world on Instagram that I was going to do 30 workouts in 30 days, and I didn't. So, yeah. What can I say? Anyway, what is the other thing I want to talk about? So here's the other thing. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Jess Baker. She has a blog called The Militant Baker, and she's actually, she's in a set of ads for Target's plus size clothing. I encourage you to look up her blog, and I'll put it down below, The Militant Baker. She's also on Instagram as The Militant Baker. Well, I was reading this morning, so Brandon took a lot of pictures. I was wearing my new Bariatric Badass shirt, and I think it might have been the first time I'd worked out wearing it. And so I asked Brandon to take a lot of pictures. We hadn't jumped rope in a while, and it used to be, I think in the beginning it was planking, because I couldn't have jumped rope in the beginning, where planking sort of signified to me that I was getting fit and healthy. Well, now it's jumping rope for sure. Number one, I fucking love to jump rope, right? Crazy, but it gives me a real feeling of power and accomplishment that I can do that. And so today in the warm-up, we did, like, I have a guy, David, who works out along with me and Brandon, and so one of us would plank while the other one did 50 jump rope. So we did that 4 times with plank, wall sit, leg raise hold, and tabletop. So that was 200, jumping rope 200 times. And I honestly was not even that out of breath at the end. So the first round, I told Brandon to videotape it, and he did. And so I get done working out, and usually I'll go sit in the sauna, and I'll post whatever my workout was to Instagram while I'm in the sauna. So I looked at that video of me jumping rope and was not happy with it because all my fat was just bouncing all over the place, and it was very unflattering. And I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm not gonna post that. And it's getting to that point for me where it's really frustrating because I know I can't work this out. I can't really lose this hangy fat stuff. I just have to have surgery, and I can't afford to do that right now. But I looked at that and I was like, eh. But then today, while I was drying my hair, I was reading Jess's blog, The Militant Baker, and I think the title of the blog was Why We Need More Unflattering Pictures. And the pictures she posted of herself that she was using as reference for the blog, I thought was quite beautiful, but I could understand what it was that might have made her. But she also thought it was beautiful, but it was different than the normal pictures we see all the time. If you go look at her blog, you'll see it. And I started thinking about it, and she talks about somebody in the blog who has a book and a website called Your Body Isn't an Apology, and they have like Bad Picture Monday, because we do. You guys know I take all the selfies, and I look way better in my selfies than I do in real life. And we try to put forth our best image on social media. But the thing what this post made me remember was, number one, this jumping rope makes me feel amazing and powerful. And yes, I have fat that bounces up and down because I have lost 200 pounds. And even though it is not the most attractive thing that I have ever seen in my life, I want to share that with people, and I want to be proud of it. Because it's a huge accomplishment, and we always are not going to look perfect, and our bodies are not always going to be at the right angles, but they're ours, and they support us and serve us, and it's all beautiful. So posted that. So that's what I want to talk about. What else do I want to talk about? I don't know. I miss you guys. I haven't been watching a lot of videos lately. I just haven't had time. So I haven't been spending a huge amount of time on social media. So I'm missing you guys. I have some stuff I'm going to announce probably next week where hopefully we can connect a little bit more. Know that I'm reading all your comments, and I will reply. I suck. And if you're a new subscriber, thank you. I love, it's so, every time I get a thing saying I have a new subscriber, I still get excited because you're going on this journey with me, and you know what I always say, you guys complete me. All right, I'll talk to you next week, and, I'll talk to you before next week because I have a WLS topic of the week. All right, talk to you later. Bye.